What's going on, y'all? My name is Lane, and welcome back to another episode of Solely Survival. In last episode, I went ahead and I put together this iron farm over here, which is really cranking out some iron right now. I have actually gone ahead and replaced some of the torch spam that I've had around here. Not, all of it, because I still got it all in the grass and everything. But the ones that's pretty much around the bases and stuff like that, I've changed all of those out and added them where they need to be. And yeah, so it's really kind of bringing the area. What are you doing back here? Oh, okay. Anyway, it's really bringing the area back together, and I am really happy with how that turned out. And I spent a lot of time over here fishing in between episodes, and I've managed to get myself a halfway decent fishing rod because I do plan to continue to use fish as my food source for a little while. And I've gotten quite a few other things, but mostly, like saddles and whatnot. And I've gotten a bunch of books. I've actually got quite a few of these unbreaking books and sharpness books, and I'm really happy with it. And we've got efficiency 4, which is cool, but it's got curse of vanishing, so I very highly doubt that this book will see the light of day. But it is what it is. I've also gotten quite a few bows and everything here. But yeah, so since I've got the iron, I've been able to make an anvil. So I've got some that I need to take care of real quick. Alright, well, I've spent all of the levels to my name getting this bow put together over here from all the ones that I fished up. So now I've got Power 5, Unbreaking 3, and Infinity, which is the only enchanted item to my name currently. And I went ahead and I named the birds. So we've got Gerald, we've got Larry, and we've got Harold. So between you and me, I'm going to keep calling Larry Larold because it just kind of is on theme with Gerald, Larold, and Harold. And then there's one other thing that needs to be named, and that is my horse. So my good buddy Oakley left a comment and left a name suggestion for the horse, and now the horse is known as Roach. We still need names for the donkeys. There were some name suggestions. I just kind of ran out of name tags. I do have one, but I figured if I was going to name one, I might as well name the other. So, yeah, for right now, I'm just going to leave both of them blank. If you guys have any more name suggestions, leave them in the comments below. But now that we've got that out of the way, we go ahead and figure out what we want to do with this episode. So after much deliberation, I think it would be best to go ahead and start making paths and stuff around the world. So when you kind of look around the world, there's not really anything connecting at all, except for this area. And I need more paths around here. I also need a bridge right here. So I'm thinking I'm going to go ahead and start getting paths put in place. And I do want to kind of beautify this area over here a little bit. I know in last episode or the episode before, I can't remember when, but I mentioned putting in like little fields out here and out here on this side. And then I put in this wall over here instead. And I'm still thinking I might do a field around here or something. I don't know. We'll figure that out. But I do have some plans back there. But in the meantime, I want to go ahead and start getting a bridge put in and getting rid of all this podzol out here because this also looks bad and there is a wandering trader. Sorry about that interruption. As I was saying, I want to go ahead and get rid of the podzol that is out here and start kind of turning it all back into grass because this area looks pretty ugly. And I do need to come up with a spot to actually farm trees, which might be a next episode thing, or maybe even later this episode. We'll see what happens. But yeah, in the meantime, I am going to go ahead and start getting a bridge going over there. I am not one that usually makes diagonal bridges, so this is going to be interesting. I'm going to figure something out, and yeah, I will see you guys here in a minute. Alright, so I've done some tinkering with some blocks, and I think this is the palette that I want to use for the bridge itself, which, looking at it, it's basically the same thing I've used everywhere else, with all the stones and with the spruce and everything. So this is pretty on par with everything else that we've had going on, but I do want all of my builds to kind of fit cohesively together, and that's kind of the goal. So the leaves here, these will be put in particularly because I want this bridge to kind of blend in with some of the natural environment. No, I'm not saying that the bridge is going to line up with everything that's going around the area, but I am saying that I want it to have a reason to be there, and I kind of want everything to just kind of look its part, I guess. I don't really know what I'm saying or how to explain it, but yeah. So the bridge itself is going to go right here, and there's only going to be a little bit of an arch going over, and it's not really going to be that gradual of an archway. It's going to be very, very small, and there's not going to be a whole lot to it, to be honest with you. It's going to be a pretty plain bridge, I guess. I don't know if that's the word I want to use, but it's not going to be anything just absolutely too fancy like my build over there or everything else that I put in this world. But it's going to have its purpose, and that's what I'm here for. I'm going to go ahead and start getting this put in place. Alright, the bridge is finished, and I am really happy with how it turned out. I actually think that this fits the area quite well, aside from the sugarcane blocking my view right now. I did add in the mossy stones and the leaves and the lanterns and everything to add a little bit of variation in texture and lighting and everything, and I'm really happy with it. There is enough of an archway that a boat could get through here if you wanted to boat through it. You just might bump your head on one of the blocks or something, but it is what it is. But this thing overall looks really, really cool, and I think it's going to fit really into the aesthetic that I'm going for around this world. Because going through this area of the world, I kind of want to change the path. So over here, I've been using the normal path blocks there, and I'm probably going to connect that up over to here using the path blocks. But over here, I kind of want to transition that a little bit into probably like stone or something like that going throughout. Now, I know we use a lot of stone as is. I don't really know how that'll look. I'll probably put some of that down at some point and then just see how it looks. And if I don't like it, change it to coarse dirt and rooted dirt and stuff like that. But I don't have those resources just yet. So for now, I'm probably just going to go ahead and connect everything up with path blocks and then just change it all later on. But I have one other thing that I want to bring up while I'm over here. So you can see that everywhere around the world, we have the standard vanilla leaf textures, and honestly, I quite like them. I've gotten used to them, and I have no issues with them. But on things like this, I feel like they are a little flat and a little bit bland, and I feel like they could look a little bit, well, different. So let me show you what I mean. All right, so I just enabled the Better Leaves pack that I have, and it makes them basically look bushier like this, and I honestly like it. I think it adds a little bit more depth and everything, but it is not very vanilla. So I just want to know if you guys would enjoy seeing the leaves like that, or if you want me to leave them vanilla. I honestly am okay with doing it either way, which is why I'm leaving it up to you guys on whether or not I do this. So yeah, just drop a comment down below and let me know what you guys think on that. And in the meantime, I'm probably just going to go ahead and turn that off and then just get started on making these paths. I will see you guys in a bit. Alright, so the pathways have been finished now, and I'm really happy with how I've got this whole area shaped. Originally, I wanted there to be a little bit more of a direct path up to the barn, and then I felt like that would be a little bit boring, so I went ahead and curved it around through here and linked them up. So I have one leading over here to the iron farm, and then a path leading up and around to the barn that way. And then I've got this one that's curved over this direction, and it connects up to the barn, and it also links up to the iron farm. Now, I did completely forget to add the path that leads over to the stables over here, and we're just going to act like the path is there, because I'm a professional and I totally didn't accidentally forget that. But the path is finally put in place, and then I did this thing here where it kind of, well, eases the momentum of you going up the stairs. You know, just something very, very simple. And that's pretty much all I've done here. I want a lot more of the landscape around here done, and I plan on getting to that here in a little bit. One of the most exciting things is now that we actually have a set path, I feel more comfortable riding Roach around. So I actually have put a fence post right there in front of the house where if I ride over there, I can hitch him to that, and so on. And yeah, I really need to go ahead and get started on, well, changing up the terrain out here, I guess. And I haven't streamed in quite a while now, and I think what better way to do that than to do it on a stream. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started with that. Alright, you guys, so as you can see on screen now, I am still currently streaming, and I've kind of started putting this field together. Before I get into that, chat has let me know that they actually really like the bushy leaves resource pack that I've got here. Again, viewers, you guys let me know what you think on that. But I am playing with that turned on right now, and you can see that I've gone ahead and I've started adding in the field thing that's going around here, and I am adding in a diagonal field of these rose bushes, and in the middle of this, I realized that I don't have enough bone meal to do this, and chat has reminded me of, well, my addiction to bone meal, but they've also reminded me that a good source of bone meal would be a skelly spawner, which I have yet to find. And I also don't have a mine or anything around here, so I guess we're gonna go caving, and we're gonna figure out where a skelly spawner is, and we are gonna get us a source of bone meal, because I'm gonna need it, especially for any future projects that I've got going, because I have a feeling these larger fields, they're gonna be spread throughout the world quite a bit. So yeah, I think we're gonna go ahead and get started looking for a skelly spawner somewhere, and I will see you guys here in a bit. Alright, so I am done streaming now, and I'm currently trying to figure out exactly how I want to start looking for the skelly spawner, because I'm not using chunk base for it, I'm not free camming for it, I'm just trying to figure out what I should really be doing. I don't have a mine anywhere, and that might be something I take care of in the next couple of episodes as well, because I do kind of need to start getting to mining at some point, but yeah, so I don't have that, and I really don't think that would be the most efficient method to finding a skelly spawner anyway. So I think one of my best bets is probably to just go caving and seeing what happens. Now, I did go ahead and search this cave back over here in like the second episode, and then I've been taking stone from a cave that's all the way over here. This cave right here, I've been taking stone from there for quite a while, but I haven't really heavily explored that area. But I do know that there's a cave right back here, and there's a few that's scattered around the area around here. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and start kind of looking through these various caves and seeing where I wind up. So yeah, I think I'm going to get over here and start with this one, and if I find anything interesting, I will let you guys know. Alright, so I've been digging down this little cliffside for a little bit now, and honestly, I do mean a little bit. I kind of had to make a staircase down to get down safely because I did not bring a water bucket. But yeah, that's the entrance that I came through, and I basically just kind of ran my way all the way down here. And I ended up coming across a lush cave right over here. And I do plan to go over there and check that out and just see what's over there. And then I plan on coming back down this direction because I'm pretty sure I seen what looked like the entrance to a mine shaft over there. So I'm going to go over here and check things out real quick. And then I plan on turning around and checking out the mine shaft because, well, it's a mine shaft. I don't see why not. So yeah, I'm going to start taking a look around over here and hopefully not get blown up by this creeper. Get out of here. Come on now. All right, the creeper has been dispatched and I just found diamonds. Nice. Okay, let's see how many I can get. 1. Okay, well, 1 is better than none, I guess. All right, I am just going to go ahead and start turning back now. I don't really think there's much out here in this area. I say that and I keep running the direction that I wasn't intending. Oh, there's more diamonds. Okay, cool. Oh, wow. I have not seen that look in a while. Wow, okay. Definitely take them. And there's another one right here. Wow. Wow, okay. Sweet. I am not complaining about the fact that I came the wrong direction now. Sweet. Oh, crap. Oh, no. Oh, no. Yep. That happened. There's also deep slate coal right here. Okay, I'm going to save that for later. Once I get Silk Touch, I'll come back for that. I actually really like texturing things with that kind of ore look. I think it's pretty cool. Anyway, now that I'm done being distracted, I'm just going to go ahead and turn around and start heading back over that direction and hopefully not get blown up on the way over there. Okay, so I did find that mine shaft. It was not at all where I thought it was. Or, I mean, it was, but I don't know. I guess the world didn't render in the way it was supposed to or something at first. Or at least not on my screen. And yeah, I don't know. I just started digging off in this general direction of where I thought I seen it and ended up coming across it. So that is good news. My inventory is completely full. Oh, I also found more diamonds. I'm not going to complain about that. But yeah, so I found this area here, and that's pretty cool. I'm hoping that there's some good loot, and I'm hoping that there's going to be plenty of stuff to find here. Just because I don't want this trip to be all null and void, you know? So I'm going to start looting, and I will see you guys shortly. So I can't be the only one that constantly gets gatekept by glow lichen in these caves. I constantly see them and think that they're diamonds, and I don't like it. I don't like it whatsoever. Maybe my eyes are just that bad. I don't know. You guys let me know. But it led me on this excursion off from the side of the mine shaft, which is further up there. It led me all the way down here. Well, I seen it, and then I seen a cave, so I figured why not. And I came down here, and through this little opening, I see cobblestone and mossy cobble right there on the wall. Here, I'm going to light that up so you guys can see it better. And if you listen closely, you can kind of hear the sound of skeletons in there. So that leads me to believe that we actually got lucky and found ourselves a skelly spawner in here. And I'm really hoping that that's the case. Oh, yep, he's right there. Hold on. Yep, this is a skelly spawner. This is indeed a skelly spawner. Oh, okay, I don't like this. Okay, light you up. Name tag. That's really all the useful stuff I found in here. Cool, whatever. All right, so we've got a skelly spawner. I don't intend on making this one of the fancy ones just yet. And let me elaborate why. We haven't been to the Nether. Elaboration over. Yeah, we haven't been to the Nether, so I don't have soul sand to make it the super... You see that too, right? You see that too, right? Okay, cool. Anyway, so yeah, we haven't been to the Nether yet, so we actually don't have access to soul sand just yet. Wow, another one. Yeah, we don't have access to that just yet, and I don't want to make one of the ones that doesn't really kill them. So I feel like, for the time being, I'm just going to spend time down here just kind of manually killing them and coming back up to the surface later on once I have a ton of bones. And later on, we will come back and make this an automatic one because, well, not automatic, but you get the gist. A normal skelly spawner where they go up the tube and they come down the tube and then you kill them. That sort of thing. So I will eventually get around to doing that. Hopefully that'll be within the next several episodes. Yeah, I actually kind of have an idea for what to do in the next few episodes, so that actually might be on the agenda. But for now, I think I'm just going to go ahead and start swatting away at these guys and getting a bunch of bones, and then go back up to the surface and get that rose field finished. Okay, I am finally back on the surface. I'm tired of swatting at those dang skeletons. But I have gotten at least a little over 2 stacks of bones now, so that should be plenty for me to go ahead and get started on this. This might be enough for me to get through the rest of this. I'm really hoping so, because I want to get this area and I want to get that area finished before the end of the episode. And that's pretty much all that I actually had planned for this episode, was just the bridge, this, and the skelly farm ended up being a little bit of a detour. But, yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and start getting to work on this, and I will see you guys when I'm done with it. Alright, so field 1 is finally done, and I had just enough bone meal to get through it. I've got to go back down there and get more bones, apparently. But yeah, the first field is finally done, and I really, really like this. This adds so much color to this area. It makes it just a lot more interesting. And again, about the sightlines. You guys are going to hear me talk a lot about that. But again, with the sightlines from over here, that just makes this whole area just so much more interesting to look at. Why am I talking with my hands right now? You guys can't see it. This whole area right here, this is just so much more interesting to look at. Just, I can't get over that whole view right there. And then not to mention, with shaders, it looks even cooler. Let me get out of F4. Okay, let me turn on shaders. Okay, and with shaders turned on, this is how the area is looking, and I am really, really happy with that. This whole area has gotten so beautiful, and I've got one more field over here to add, which I think will also add to the beauty of that area. From this angle, I mean, this right here might as well just be the thumbnail of the video, honestly. Yeah, I'm super, super happy I went ahead and did this. So now I've got to get the second field put in, and I've got to get the other bones from the skelly farm down there, and I got to get started on getting the flowers put in over there. I'm going to turn this off so I'm not stuttering around here. Okay, so one of the other options that I have is peonies. I don't really have any lilacs, but I think the peonies would look pretty cool over there. Yeah, I think it'll be a little bit more interesting. So I think for the other field over there, I'm going to do a peony field instead. So this way there's a little bit more color and the whole area is just a little bit more beautiful. And to provide context of what kind of thing I'm going for, I'm going to put a picture up on screen right now of Solo Survival Season 1, the area that I did that's kind of inspiring this whole thing here. And yeah, you guys will kind of get the picture here. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get started on getting that other field put in. I will see you guys in a bit. All right, so I think I'm finally done. Now, yes, I did change my plans as soon as I started it. I did make the field, but I did not do a peony field. I just did a standard old wheat field, which I actually really like in this area. So what I did was I removed a few more trees over here, and I went ahead and extended the path this direction because I do plan on building around this direction over time, but right now I don't really know what to put out here, so I just made the path just so this way I don't forget that that area is an option, and so this way I could also know where I need to stop the field. But overall, I'm really happy with how all of this looks, and I think this just added so much more color to the world. Now, the one thing that I did notice is standing from back here, once all of this starts turning into the full-grown wheat and it looks all yellow like that, it might blend in a little bit too much with the birch. I'm not sure. We're going to see how that looks. I'm not really going to change all of this right now. I want to give it a little bit of time, which is one thing I recommend when building things like this is just put it in, give it a little bit of time. If you don't like it after a while, you can always change it. Sometimes you have to grow into these things, and that's kind of what I'm giving myself time to do. I think this will look really, really good once it does grow up. I'm just very prone to overthinking things. And all in all, I'm really, really happy with how all of this turned out. I do need to get rid of these shulkers. Not shulkers. Wow. I don't have shulkers yet. I need to get rid of these chest monsters that I've got around here. I've got chests right there. I have got chests right here. I've got chests over there. I've still got barrels over here. I need to do something about all of that at some point, but I will probably worry about that later on. Overall, I am just so happy with how this area turned out, and I can't get over it. I'm actually going to get all the way back over here, and I'm going to turn on shaders and let you guys see how it looks that way. All right, and with shaders on, this is how it looks, and I am so happy with how this looks. This, honestly, is probably the thumbnail right here, or something of the sort. This is just... wow. I just really am impressed with how that area looks. I know I keep saying it. I know you guys are probably tired of hearing it at this point, but I genuinely am. But before I wrap things up, there is one other thing that I want to show you real quick. So while I was streaming, chat had a couple of ideas for me, and let me just elaborate real quick. In last season, I had one episode, I believe it was called The Statue of Dave, and it featured another Minecraft friend of mine being Empress Littlebit, and she joined the world for a day and made this organic statue in the world, which was completely her choice, and we had a blast doing that, and I think the viewers enjoyed seeing her be a part of that as well. That's something that I'm wanting to do again in this world, and I asked my stream chat if they wanted to see more of that, and they pretty well all agree that they want to see more of that interactive element in the world. So let me explain. My thought process on it is that, well, it's interactive. It is also a way for not just myself to get to know my Minecraft friends better, but for you guys to get to know my Minecraft friends better as well. And it also can kind of guide you over to some of their channels as well and things like that. And it's a way for all of us to learn from each other in our builds and things like that. And overall, it's just a really fun time. So, what did Stream recommend? Stream Chat recommended us do this Mount Rushmore-ish thing for some of my friends who join. So what I'm thinking is back here on this mountainside right here, every friend that we have joined this world, I'm going to put their face up here somewhere, or even they can help me build their face into that mountain or something. That's not going to happen anytime soon, I don't think, because I'm so early game and I don't really have a whole lot of resources. And because of how long it takes to get everything together and whatnot, and everybody else's recording schedules, I don't think that'll line up right now. But that's something that we can work on later on. So I bring this up to ask you guys, because I've already asked my stream chat, but I want to know you guys, my viewers, what do you think? Would you guys like to see more of my Minecraft friends join this series and kind of put their little mark in the world? That's kind of the point in having them, is them just pop in for one episode and that's it, and leave their mark wherever they want to in the world, building however they want to in the world. And I think, all in all, it would be a really fun experience, and I think it went over really well last season, so I'd like to try it again this season if you guys want to see it. But now I've got all of that out of the way, I think it's safe to go ahead and wrap up this episode, as I think that's pretty much all I had planned for this episode. If you enjoyed this episode, please be sure to like the video, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you have any build suggestions whatsoever for this island, let me know, because I still don't know what I'm doing with that just yet. But again, I think that just about does it. My name is Lane, and I will catch you guys in the next one.